what? The whisk. Oh. Okay, you're looking at your picture. I thought you remembered. Hi, I'm Janine, Registered Dietitian with the Manitoba turkey producers, and today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious barbecue turkey sandwich with an apple slaw. It's healthy, it's flavorful, it's comforting, and best of all, I'm going to show you how it's budget friendly. So let's get started. We're going to start by making a rub for our turkey. So this barbecue rub I really like with this recipe, but if you have a rub that you already use, go ahead and do that because it's going to save you some time. But I really like this one. So let's go in with some brown sugar, some paprika. The paprika is really just for color. A little bit of black pepper, some seasoning salt, some garlic powder and onion powder. And finally, for a little kick, we're adding some cayenne pepper. So this recipe calls for a 1/4 teaspoon, so it's not a whole lot. But if you don't like any heat, by all means, don't use it. If you like a little more, go right ahead and add some more. So you can see this recipe is really balanced. So there's some sweet from the brown sugar, there's some salty from the seasoning salt, and then a little bit of heat from the cayenne. So we're just whisking it together. You can kind of see how that's coming together. And then we're going to put it into my shaker. So I like using a shaker because it just makes the seasoning go on a little bit more evenly. If you don't have a shaker, don't worry. You can just sprinkle it on with a spoon and it'll work just fine. So there you go. We've got our rub all ready to go in our shaker. And you can see we have our turkey fillets here. So turkey is a really lean meat. So we are going to add a bit of oil to the turkey for 2 reasons. Because we don't want it to stick to the grill. And number 2, we want our seasoning mixture to stick to the turkey. Once we're done seasoning these, we're going to make sure that they rest for about 10 minutes or so. So that will just allow the seasoning to kind of absorb into the meat and allow for us to get a really nice crust on our turkey. So we're going to let these rest for a bit and then we're going to move on and start our coleslaw. So most people have become familiar with using ground turkey, but have you ever tried turkey breast or turkey fillets? We started cooking different cuts of turkey a few years back when we became tired of our same go-to meals. Most families, I would say, have 5 to 10 meals they make on repeat, and this was us too. If you want to get out of your mealtime rut, next time you're at the grocery store, have a look at the turkey options and maybe step out of your comfort zone. It's easy and quick to cook, and the only thing you need to know is that because it's such a lean protein, just add a little oil to your pan or grill so it doesn't stick. Otherwise, you can get creative. So let's get these turkey fillets on. You can hear that nice sizzle as you put them on. That means your grill's nice and hot, and it also means you're gonna get some nice grill marks, and it's gonna caramelize and turn nice and golden brown. Okay, so those are gonna cook for about 8 minutes before we need to flip them, and we're gonna get started with our coleslaw. We're gonna start by making our dressing. So we've added in some honey, some garlic powder and some salt. This is a honey Dijon mustard and some apple cider vinegar. So we got all that in. We're just gonna whisk it up. Again, just like the seasoning blend we made, it's nice and balanced. We got a bit of sweet, we got the sour from the vinegar. This is another reason why this recipe and this meal is budget friendly. I don't know if you've noticed, but those bag salad kits are so pricey. So we're just using a plain old bag of coleslaw mix. And if you wanted to shred your own cabbage, you could definitely do that as well. So I'm using a Granny Smith apple, you can see. I like the Granny Smith in this because it's crispy. It's gonna give a bit of an extra crunch to the salad and that little bit of tartness that you get from a Granny Smith. You could use any type of really kind of crispy apple that you like. So a Honey Crisp would work really well in here too. It's a little bit sweeter, but would taste really great. So if you wanted to add more apple to your salad, you definitely could. I just found the half of an apple was a good balance. So this salad is ready to go. I'm just gonna mix it after, and we're gonna check on our turkey. So they're gonna need about maybe 5 more minutes, and we'll check them to make sure they're done before we slice them up. Okay, so I think our turkey is probably ready, but the only way to for sure know if it's done and safe to eat is by checking the temperature. So using a meat thermometer is really important when you're cooking any type of meat. We're looking for a temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 74 Celsius. And be sure not to push it all the way through, because then you're not really checking the temperature of the meat, you're checking the temperature of your grill. Perfect. So what we need to do now is let them rest a little bit. We're gonna let the juices kind of flow back in so that when we cut them, we don't lose all of that nice juiciness. So we're gonna let them rest for about 5 to 10 minutes. So at the beginning, I talked about how this is a budget-friendly meal, and maybe you're wondering why. So I grew up in a family with 5 kids, and I have 4 brothers. And my mom taught me from a young age how to feed a crowd, because she really knew. So one of the things she taught me is when you slice your meat small, when you're feeding a group, it will go a lot further. So it makes for a budget-friendly meal. So there you go. There is our Manitoba Turkey Producers barbecue turkey sandwich with an apple slaw. So delicious. If you want the recipe, you can find it below. I'm Janine with Manitoba Turkey Producers. I hope you enjoy this as much as I do.
If you decide to try this recipe at home, we would love to know what you think. We hope you leave this video feeling inspired to cook with local ingredients. Subscribe if you want to see more from us. Thank you so much for watching.